Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, fine. You know what? That was over exaggeration. Welcome everybody to another edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and the lovely folks at Nodwin Gaming, which basically means Angie and me, sometimes workaholic, because we three are not camera shy. Everybody else is camera shy, so they're like, we'll just sit in the PCR and do it.
And if we kind of do everything without them, we can't really do what we do. So
yeah, true. We're just the face of the operations. The actual agents are like behind the scene, the people who like work the stuff. But talking about working the stuff out, I am pretty sure the two players who are going to have a showdown against each other have definitely worked out their battle decks, because this is going to be some intense firefight.
yes.
Isn't that right, Angie?
That is definitely true. I mean, today the two players who are playing are sitting on top of the board. They both are players who've been playing the ESL for 33 days now. If we just talk about the summer season, and they're coming with so much experience, which they have learned and done over and over again with so many different players. Today, for the first time ever, they're going to battle against each other. And I mean, I'm excited. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, it's very interesting. In fact, without wasting any further time, let's quickly take a look at the first player we have, Sushil Abhi. Camera. All right, that's Sushil Abhi, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, so the guy who usually handles the camera, Manoj, Super Excel Kola, you guys would know the name. He is AWOL. He's gone for a wedding to, what's this place called? Vijayawada. It's in Telangana. I always confuse Telangana with I believe Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are still one. I don't know why my head is like warped like that.
But at least you got Vijayawada correct.
Yeah, that's there. So he's gone to Vijayawada, and we have our flow manager who's doing the camera, who has absolutely zilch idea on how camera works, even though his forte is camera. Well, that brings you up to date with the kind of people we have in the PCR. Funny, lovely, but then they are like a flow manager. Moving on, Sushil Abhi. Sushil Abhi, the guy at hand here. Yeah. Angie, tell me more.
He is sitting fourth on the board, looking pretty sorted to make it to the land finale. He's secured 15 points for himself, which is pretty good. He's won 5 games, lost 4 games. He's a little aggressive in his deck. He likes to play the Hog Rider. Now, the Hog Rider is one of my favorite cards too. Exactly, and that's how Hog Rider sounds, and that's exactly how Sushil plays him. He knows his placement correctly, but today he's playing against somebody who knows how to counter that Hog Rider really well.
Is it possible to ride hogs in real life? I'm wondering.
I doubt that.
Is it possible, those big boar kind of things? Can you sit on them and just jump around yelling Hog Rider with a hammer?
I think we should try that out once.
We should do that. That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be super cool. In fact, while we're at it, let's quickly take a look at the second player in question, Arpan Christian. All right, that's Arpan Christian. Dab monster. I don't know why. Each time I see this guy, I want to dab myself.
He's fantastic at it.
I think the dabs he gives are infectious, dude. Ever since the fall season finale where he won, I have now incorporated the habit of dabbing. I'll meet my friends. What's happening, bro? Tuck tuck tuck. I what? My friends are what is this? What's happening with you? But okay, chucking the jokes aside, Angie, what do you have to add about Arpan?
Arpan, of course, being the summer and the fall season winner. He's also the defending. I wouldn't say he would have taken the defending title.
But
also
Mukul
came in between. But still, I consider Arpan a victory holder in all times. He's a champion. And as we talk about him being a champion, he's also sitting with 21 points. He's taken 7 victories for himself. He's taken 2 losses. And surprisingly, the 2 losses that he has actually taken is to Seth and Beast. Now, Seth, a player who I would also say is an underdog in this matchup. Yeah. But he's been sitting third on the board, looking pretty fine for himself. Defeating Arpan on the top puts a lot on his plate. Also, it says that if Seth can do it, why not Sushil? If a third place person can do it, why not the fourth? Now, talking about his gameplay, Arpan does like to play the minor card quite a bit. He does like to use the Expo quite a bit too. He also likes to have the 2 prints in his pile of cards. He likes the Dark Prince and the normal Prince. If we look at the player's stats,
yeah, the stats, I just saw the stats go live. So not much of a difference in terms of
Yeah.
in terms of the trophies they've got. Only a 600 difference, which is in favor of Sushil Shah. What's really interesting is the amount of 3 crown victories, which is literally
Yeah.
1,000 more in case of Arpan. He goes for the overkill when he has a chance.
Yeah.
In fact, when you play Clash Royale, just for the benefit of the people who have not yet laid their hands on the game, couple of things. A, I have started to become really very like I've become better at the game.
Yeah.
Angie can vouch for that. Although I'm still like way noob in comparison to Angie. Even I even ended up defeating Workaholic Virk. So anybody can win. On top of that, moving on, we have to note the fact that each time when you play Clash Royale, it gives you those tips. So they always mention there's this tip, which you say like sometimes it's okay to go for a 3 crown victory. Sometimes it's okay to be happy with just
Yeah.
the 2 princess crowns,
True.
princess tower victory.
Sometimes
which
it's
is-
okay with just being with one princess.
Yes, like Sutikshan Beast, if you realize, he is a sly git.
Yeah.
He goes for that one crown,
Yeah.
one tower.
He likes
and
just one princess.
yeah, one princess tower and then defend in the overtime.
Yeah.
Because you get that into 2 raised to
True.
2 elixir generation.
Yeah.
In fact, when you talk about the ban cards, we have the bans also live. Sushil has gone ahead banned the Battering Ram, whereas Arpan Krishnan has banned the Dark Prince.
Very good bans. I mean, if you look at Sushil's ban in general, Arpan does use the battle round quite a bit. And he's also started using the bandit card. Now, with the Expo in his deck, the battle round fits beautifully because you get the advantage of us hitting the tower. And the Expo kind of makes sure that if there is something missing anymore, the Expo will directly just hit the princess store. And if Arpan is going to follow that concept, it's a good thing that Sushil has done his homework on him and he knows that he's not going to play it. Talking about the Dark Prince ban, I mean, Sushil is the kind of player who likes to play aggressive. He likes to send maybe one big golem followed by a group of goblins. And that's where the Dark Prince comes very useful because he does the splash damage that
Yeah,
is
the AoE
required
damage,
to
yeah.
make sure that if anything comes your way that is multiple units, he's got something to deal with. But with both these cards being banned, Sushil got to be a little careful. Also, Arpan, I don't really see the battle ram being much of a bother to him. He plays a lot of versatile kind of decks. The first game, I could see Sushil taking the victory
Yeah.
because Arpan also wants to just study how Sushil really plays. But the second and third game is where Sushil got to be very careful because Arpan can change his deck according to whatever his mood is. And if he decides to play the golem, I hope Sushil is ready to really take down that golem.
Well, interesting. This would be an interesting match altogether.
Yeah.
I'm really kicked about seeing it. In fact, more than me, I know one person who's going to be double kicked about seeing it. And I'm not mentioning a pun on the size of the person in terms of the length of the person from toes to head. I'm talking about our gentle giant, my man, Gotham Workaholic Virk, who's going to be casting this game. So over to you, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gotham Workaholic Virk, and I would like to make a public service announcement that I let Vagish win because he has low self-esteem and he's a horrible Clash Royale player. In any case, as we go along between this match of Abhi and Arpan, already a lot of action happening on the field. And we see 2 banned cards. We see a Ram getting banned, and that's a Ram and Dark Prince, actually. So both these cards, very crucial cards, actually. We've been seeing them a lot, being played a lot. And because of this Ram ban, we've seen quite a few weird units coming out. Not weird as such, but Inferno Tower, you don't get to see that a lot nowadays. A lot of people actually preferring the Inferno Dragon instead of the tower. So because of this, I'm guessing that some changes have been made. Few weird cards we're actually gonna see the Minion Horde being played, which is again something that we don't see very often in the Masters League here of Clash Royale. Talking more about the players, Arpan is the winner of last year's summer and fall finale. He did lose to 8-bit Mukul in the winter finale, which has happened in December 2017. Abhi has been a fairly consistent player throughout the Premiership, however, not making a lot of big noises during the LAN event. So here we go. Arpan has the motor and the Hog Rider for pushing also. And what does Abhi answer this with? He has no answer to this. He's actually going to full-on take this Hog Rider's full brunt there, and Hog Rider's got actually 3-4 hits off, bringing the tower down to 900 health. On the defense side, he had a log to counter that Goblin battle, so he saved his behind as best as he could. But can Arpan get some value out of the motor? And that's what we are gonna see now, because Abhi has plenty of cards to kind of take down the motor and he is going to be trying his best. Now the fireball had to be committed for the minion horde, and now his own minion horde comes out, which is trying to take care of the Hog Rider ideally first, and now facing off against the mortar, taking it down again. So quite an interesting change of decks here. It's quite nice to see a few different decks here. Inferno Tower placed defensively to tank the mortar, and a very offensive push being committed, and the Hog Rider will be able to get just a single hit off. So nicely defended there thanks to the zap, and a nice log also comes in. So another mortar being dropped down. Hog Rider, not distracted by the Inferno Dragon, will go straight for Abhi's tower, taking game one in his possession. Arpan taking that game at the very end, finally. 1-0 score for Arpan, and this is a best of 5. This is the ESL India Premiership, owned by HP. We are powered by HyperX, Intel, and organized by Nodwin Gaming, and of course ESL. As we wait for the game 2 to start, we talking more about the player Abhi now. Now the thing is, as I mentioned earlier also, he's been consistent member of the Masters League for the last 2 years. However, he's not had a great performance going into LAN events. So I'll be quite interested to see if he can make it to top 4. Arpan is an ideal candidate for this time to make it to top 4. So definitely looking forward to seeing him in the LAN. There's him, there's Beast, there are a couple of other players that are most likely going to make it to the LAN event. Abhi answering that Elixir Collector with a lot of anger, and he's like, you know what, I don't like this. How dare you put down an Elixir Collector, because I'm going to take your tower now. A full health tower, balloon made it to the tower, and now it's going to be dropping his third bomb. No, not able to drop his third bomb. Will do some death damage. So a great start for Abhi, but look at Arpan's Elixir Collector. It's still alive. Did take some damage thanks to that log. And so now his offensive push is kind of working out in his favor, because the miner is getting full value at the back, and he is getting a lot of hits in and letting the ghost reach the tower also. The ghost will get a couple of whiffs out and even up the trade. So decent trade coming out there. Arpan got a lot of value out the miner and the ghost. So we're kind of evened out here. Arpan you might say he's a bit ahead, and another Elixir Collector now dropped here. Abhi now needs to figure out how is he going to punish his opponent for that mistake of dropping the Elixir Collector. How dare he drop the Elixir Collector down and collect extra Elixir. Abhi now thinking of his strategies, waiting patiently. The P.E.K.K.A in the back, very, very far away from the miner, will have to walk across. And he's slow, man. And he's super slow, by the way. P.E.K.K.A finally reaches and destroys that miner. Now he has to deal with this ghost. No problem. P.E.K.K.A is like one attack and I will take you down. Finally, Arpan's big cards are revealed. The Musketeers, the trio Musketeers are out, and they are targeting the balloon. So which is a good thing right now. But he will be able to destroy that tower simply because of the fact it was still on decent health by the time it made it. Musketeers might not survive, will survive actually. It survived that blast off, and now there is a double-pronged push coming towards Abhi's tower, which he needs to defend. He's going to lose his tower on the right if he's not careful. And the left tower taking a lot of damage due to the miner also. So Arpan now in a position with double elixir time. He has brought down both the towers on a fairly low health. P.E.K.K.A also comes out very, very offensively. These zappies are going to be super annoying. The log helping out also. The P.E.K.K.A now also being attacked by the Ghost and the King Tower, bringing it down. A lot of defensive Royal Guards being placed down to stop this push for another 15 seconds. So he needs to defend for 15 seconds somehow. And he's causing a lot of problems to Arpan. Arpan is having a lot of hard time getting across, and he does not have any time left. So I would have to say it's a good game. And 1-1 will be the score. With game 2, evening up the score between Abhi and Arpan. All right, so This was game 2. 1-1 is the score. Remember, it's a best of 5. See, we have a lot more games to go, so we have nothing to worry about. But there we go. Let's get into the next game. This is going to be the third game of this best of 5 between Abhi and Arpan. So Abhi is at the bottom. He's in blue. Arpan is in the top. He's red. And Arpan opting up for another elixir collector. This time, Abhi has the right answer. And the answer is the fireball. Quickly bringing the elixir collector down to low enough health. Good trade there. Will manage to get maybe 1 or 2 elixir out of that also. So Arpan, we have noticed that he's actually carrying a golem. So we are going to see a lot of golem and prince and even a night witch also. It's going to be quite an interesting deck there, but look at the right-hand side. Abhi is kind of gone in for an all-in push. Lumberjack will do a lot of DPS. And not only the DPS, he's actually distracted. He's looking at the tower. And the rage spell is also on the floor. This has been quite a trade, but I would say Arpan coming out a bit ahead. Abhi coming out a bit ahead because of the rage spell. That sole reason of the rage spell. Now the fireball is on the ready. Will he let the elixir collector tick away, or is he gonna wait? Both of the players deciding to do a full all-out push on their side. There comes the fireball, as you just saw. Evening out the elixir collector will be going down. And finally, the big unit for Arpan has been revealed. It is the mighty golem, but Abhi has the correct answer for it. That is the Inferno Dragon. Arpan does carry a zap to stop that Inferno Dragon's charge, but I believe Arpan is kind of given up on this push. He's going to be holding on to his elixir for a bit more of a defensive gameplay, which is something that he's going to have to consider right about now, because that offensive push is coming to knock right on his tower. The Lumberjack will get three hits on the main tower, and his tower on the left is in a lot of trouble. A lot of units on his side of the base, and he is completely surrounded. And now he only has 50 seconds left, but also has double elixir time. He has to make his way across and take this tower down. He could put down the elixir collector. Now the fireball is committed, but looking at the time, he figured that he is going to be putting down that golem to go knock on that door. And look at this, so many units there. Not a lot of damage being able to be done on the tower. 800 health still left. And seems like Abhi has this game in the bag. And Arpan might have some trouble closing this game, because now he has to deal with this push, knocking down his tower. And he's going to actually end up losing 3 crowns here, which is crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy. Abhi taking the lead against the Wonder Boy of 2017, Arpan Christian. 2-1 is the score in Abhi's favor. Arpan now is behind, will now need to figure out how he's going to make a comeback from this, because I'm sure Arpan would not want more losses on the chart right now, because it is absolutely important for you to keep the top 4 position, because remember guys, only the top 4 on the chart will be invited to the LAN event. If you are not on the top 4, you will not get the opportunity to come to the LAN event. So here it is, game 4 of this best of 5. 2-1 in favor of Abhi. Arpan, everything is on the line for him, because if he loses a single game, this is going to be a GG for him. The Electro Wizard, not caring about the miner at the back, will be making his way across and will lose his life. Goblin Gang answered with a log. The balloon, the barrel of skeletons on the left was taken care of fairly efficiently. Still plenty of health left on the tower. Here comes Abhi's balloon. Is he gonna support that with a hunter? We've been seeing this recently also. A hunter balloon, because hunter does a really good job at clearing out all these units. As you can see, hunter took 2 shots to take down the minion horde there. So hunter kind of does his job. The balloon not able to connect to the tower, will go down. Arpan in a fairly good position at the moment. Both the guys are actually in a fairly good position. Now Abhi will need to make some move. He has the E-Wizard. The Electro Wizard does come down to take care of the miner. A lot of units come down also. Will be getting a few hits off on the tower. Good good trade. They're able to bring the health of the tower down to 1300. Even the Goblin gang came up after that to help clear out the tower. So pretty good trade for Arpan. Off to a great start, I would have to say. He has the lead. He now needs to keep defending and make sure that he kind of keeps doing damage to the tower. Big unit being dropped by Arpan. That's a big commitment. And look at the offensive commitment there. A P.E.K.K.A being dropped right at the bridge will be making its way across the tower. And what does Abhi have to deal with this? He has nothing. He's just stopped. He's given up completely. And here comes the skeleton. And this P.E.K.K.A will now be making its way across to the main tower. And you do not want the P.E.K.K.A to hit the main tower. And he's actually going to let the P.E.K.K.A hit the main tower. P.E.K.K.A distracted by the golem there. P.E.K.K.A will take another shot at the main tower, bringing it down to 1800 health. Good value coming out of the P.E.K.K.A, but look at the Abhi's P.E.K.K.A on the right. He's doing his damage also. And he is going for another 3-crown victory. But look at the back. You can see the Dart Goblin bringing a lot of DPS down. Will not let P.E.K.K.A do another hit there. And both these guys have come onto a moot. And now doing full commitment on the either side. Here comes big push. Miner attacking the tower. The barrel of skeleton has also made it to the tower. Quickly zapped away. The minion horde is taking care of the P.E.K.K.A on the left. That's a lot of units now flying at the base of Abhi. Abhi really needs to figure something out. He's taking a lot of damage. 2 minutes into overtime, sorry, 3 minutes overtime clock is now live. And both these players are actually doing a lot of back and forth. But I would to say that Arpan is actually in a decent lead simply because looking at the health of the towers, the King Tower is worst off. And so is the Princess Tower. The Miner not able to get any hits in because the Electro Wizard almost came in instantly. But here comes the Skeleton Barrel, will be zapped away. Very well done. Now, Arpan, in a lot of trouble, needs to defend against this big push that is coming at his doorsteps. And what's he going to do? He takes care of the P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A will be taken down, but will take one shot at Arpan's P.E.K.K.A also. Another same push, Miner at the back. The E-Wiz should be coming out right about now. Miner does get a few shots off. And the barrel drops. However, the skeletons cleaned up thanks to the log. Again now, 2 minutes left on the clock. These guys need to close this game. Otherwise, it's going to be a draw. And we are going to have to see another game coming out. Wow. Losing my voice over this. A nice distraction for that P.E.K.K.A. But the P.E.K.K.A is still focused. 200 health left on the tower. 300 health left on the tower. 200 left. 72 left on the tower. This, I think, is GG right now because he needs to just do one dart goblin. That's exactly what he does. Closes the game. It was a long game, but here we are. 2-2 is the score of this best of 5 between Arpan and Abhi. And this has become an exciting game of Clash Royale, and it's come down to the wire. We'll take a super duper 10-second break while I catch my voice. All right, so we are back, and this is going to be the 5th game of this best of 5. Now, this is an opportunity that not every caster in India gets. We are going to be going into game 5 of this best of 5. It has all come down to this, and I am liking what I see on Arpan's side. It's a very nice deck, and I think that there is going to be a Hog Rider maybe on this deck, or maybe even couple of other big units, but on the Abhi side, he's kind of signed up for the same deck that he had previously. And Arpan now knows this, and he has to figure this out. He's going to probably pull them in using a Nado, waiting for the last second, getting maximum efficiency in, and that balloon will not connect to the main tower. However, he will strike the King Tower, therefore activating the King Tower. And Arpan's big plan of this game is Graveyard and Poison, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the Graveyard, here comes the Royal Guards. They will pass out right about now, but the Electro Wizard also committed to stop that push. However, few stabs being taken at the Princess Tower by the skeletons that came out of the graveyard. So Arpan has revealed his big game plan, and Abhi knows exactly what his opponent has in mind. And Abhi now needs to play carefully, because if he overcommits, Arpan can always punish him with that graveyard and poison, and he has seen the sample of it. He's shown his opponent the sample of what to expect. And after that P.E.K.K.A commitment, Abhi decides to put his own 7 elixir cards on the right, and Abhi is actually going to completely ignore it, and he is going to be committed to the push on the left. He's going to be putting up a lot more units behind that P.E.K.K.A, and here comes the armored minion there. The mega minion is out. The log comes out. Defensive poison by Arpan. How is he planning to stop this P.E.K.K.A? Is he going to let P.E.K.K.A hit him? No, he actually puts down the tombstone, which spawns enough skeletons to stop this. And a very well placed Nado. Abhi is absolutely distraught. He was not expecting his opponent to defend so well. That push completely stopped. Arpan now realizes he will be behind an elixir, places an defensive graveyard. That P.E.K.K.A is going to be in loops. He won't know where these skeletons are coming out for. And he is completely scared. He doesn't know what to do. Abhi well played coming out. And Arpan is absolutely being a beast right now, defending these pushes that are coming out of Abhi. And Abhi seems to have no answer for this game 5. Arpan taking this away. Only 18 seconds left on the clock. That balloon will not reach, and Arpan's towers are completely in full health. Well played coming out of Abhi, and he has successfully lost this game. Arpan has taken this game completely out of his hands. Game 5, what a finish for Arpan. This is an absolutely beast of a game. I really enjoyed casting this best of 5, and I can't wait for what the studio has to say about this game. So I'm going to pass it on to our not so great player of Clash Royale, Vagish and Angela. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, turns out Arpan Christian does it again.
Yes.
Like,
And
it's
does
a
it
scoreline of
beautifully
3-2
well.
in his favor.
I think
Angie,
what
you have an
Arpan needs
entire
to do-
page.
Yeah.
Can I just borrow the diary for a sec?
Yeah,
Just one
sure.
sec. Can I have my cam, please? This is what a 3-2 game of Clash Royale looks like, people. An analysis. Omit the handwriting.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
horrible
doctor's
handwriting.
handwriting. It's the doctor of the game. They are going to diagnose the game now. Okay, Angie, over to you.
First of all, hats off to both the players.
Yes,
They played
indeed.
fantastically well. Arpan should just stop playing his conventional golem. I think he should just take it and remove it from his deck, because every time he plays this card, people are so used to seeing him play that card that now they know how to counter it
Yeah.
very well. And a player like Sushil, who's sitting fourth on the board, has done the study of what Arpan can do. He's just not done the study on what Arpan can do when he's very, very frustrated that his golem died. So as we just bring down this game, I think the only mistake Sushil really made was he was very concentrated on his aggressive push. He wasn't really considering the defensive mechanism that is the key ingredient to survive a Clash Royale game. He was so confident that his balloon will be able to do the damage in every single round that he forgot to consider that he's playing against Arpan. At some point, you've done the mathematics. My balloon reached the tower. I will send the balloon twice. I will take down his tower. Let him take my tower. I don't care. But at the end of the day, Arpan has been the grand finale champion twice for a reason, and that reason being is he knows when to play what. And the tornado card, commendable play by the tornado card. He's placed it so beautifully well. Every single time I looked at the screen and I was like, he's going to take this game. Sushil has got that balloon right on the tower. This is where Arpan has made a mistake. It wasn't a mistake, because he would just use the tornado, take it to the king tower and wake up the king, and that is something that even Sushil wouldn't have expected from Arpan. And he also made sure that he waited for Sushil to play first. first. Now, when a player plays Clash Royale for a while, he knows that the person who plays first has always a chance of losing more than the person who plays second. And within the first two games, Arpan figured out that Sushil starts with his balloon, he makes it reach halfway, the hunter follows behind the balloon. So if he just breaks that mechanism of not having the balloon and the hunter kept together, he basically has got the game in the bag. And doing that, Arpan has secured another clear victory for himself. I think the only thing I can tell Sushil at the end of the day is that don't be so aggressive. Calm down. It's fine.
Calm down, child.
You don't need to give tasks for free. You don't have to be that I'm so confident that because if he had just defended, Sushil would have won the game. He had a beautiful deck. If you see, he had the P.E.K.K.A for a distraction. He had the balloon to make way. He had the hunter for everything.
Yeah, he had everything
He
if
had
he
every
only
single
had
card.
defended and not aggressed with that game.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what, Sushil? I'm not sure what kind of music you like, but I have a song for you. Nothing demeaning. It's a wonderful, beautiful song. It's by this guy called Billy Joel. The song is called Vienna. And the moment you hear the first two lines of the lyrics,
Yeah.
you will know why I have literally like said this song is to be like heard by you. The first line is like, slow down, you crazy child, you're so ambitious for a juvenile.
Yeah.
But if you're so strong, but why are you still so afraid? It's a beautiful song.
Some
It's a beautiful
players
lyrics.
just are so used to the aggressive gameplay, which sometimes works very well for them, but sometimes it can backfire. And as we talk about that, we can just see the final standings of all our players.
Indeed. Let's bring up the standings. Already, Arpan Christian with the 2 losses, 8 wins, 24 points. With the Action Beast following closely behind with 3 matches as a deficit because he's got 6 wins, 1 loss. He's secured 18 points. Saif Patel, interesting. 5 wins, 2 losses, 15 points in the 3rd position. Now is the cushy zone. Prashant P.V. Pandey and Mukul 8-bit Anchal at the 4th and 5th position. Sushil Abhisha in the 6th position. Now, after 10 games, he's got 5 losses, 5 wins. Median. Shadab Kamil Khan and Mrinmoy Imran Lakar in the 7th and 8th position. Now, Shadab has much more of a chance to rise up than Mrinmoy there. But the danger line starts from here. Jimit Bhatt, Tahir Devils Twin Sharif, Manmohan and Deepak Mehdi. Out of these 4, Tahir is literally rowing the same boat as Mrinmoy Imran Lakar. Deepak Mehdi and Manmohan still yet to open any kind of credits in their wins there. So they are going to be pretty much relegated into the Challenger League if they do not up the ante. What is wrong with you, peeps? What is this? Why are you not playing so well? Please play well. I'm telling you. Okay? So now, since I've told you this, also remember, no, this is not for the players. This is for you. You lovely viewers, people who join us every day without fail. This is what you have to do. Move the mouse to that subscribe button. Click on it. Once when it says subscribed, then further move the mouse to the right where it says that bell icon. Yeah, you got to press that so that you get notified each time we go online with any new update or any new game. In fact, guess what? Since you'll do this, you'll never be able to miss any further games from us. Isn't that awesome, Angie?
Yes, that is brilliant.
Exactly. So simple. Just a click of a button. And remember, all of this has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and the lovely peeps at Northern Gaming who relentlessly work day and night to ensure that you get your dosage of esports. In fact, talking about dosage, we are going to see some real hefty dosage getting in from both sides. We're going to have a showdown in the next game. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here.